Malcolm had a big first half, and in the second half, you, Darius, seems like more guys got going. What changed in the second half? Was it flow of the game? Did they change something they were doing?
I really think they started keying in on Malcolm, which made it a lot easier for everybody else. You know, he's such a great player, and he draws so much attention and makes it a lot easier for everybody else to get their shots and opportunities for everybody to score.
Jeff?
I think there have probably been more transition points for this team this year than at least at this stage last year. What's causing that?
I think Coach Bennett has really pushed us to get out in transition, get easier buckets, and not try to play as far into the shot clock and try to make it easier for ourselves on offense. But I also think, honestly, Darius has been a huge key. A lot of the time he leaks out when he's not supposed to, but it does contribute because AG and these guys are rebounding really well for us this year, and we get the ball out, and Darius pushes no matter what. And sometimes we get highlight plays, but sometimes we just get the defense on their toes, and then we can get early into offense.
Yeah, so with Darius, I was going to ask you about him. You guys have talked a lot about some of the highlight plays he's been doing in practice. Where does that dunk that he had today kind of rank?
It better be ESPN top. It better be on there. It better be number one. I think that's the craziest dunk I've seen in person in a long time. You know, he's so athletic and he has the capability of doing that kind of stuff almost every play. So you just got to look out for him and be careful.
Malcolm, you had 10 points in the first 6 minutes and then nothing until 3 minutes left. Did you stop looking for your shot to some degree to just try to get other people involved, or you only shot a few times in that whole stretch?
Yeah, you know, I missed maybe my next three or four shots, and once I sort of cooled off, I figured I wasn't going to be super aggressive anymore, and I felt like I felt like other people were getting into their rhythm, and I thought the ball needed to keep moving. And I would take my opportunities when I could because we were in such a good flow and we were building the lead.
Luke, and then Mike.
Anthony, the interior defense looked a little bit tighter today. Has that been an emphasis this past week at all?
For sure. You know, they're a team, William & Mary is a team that likes to get into the paint and then kick out for wide open threes. So Isaiah, myself, Mike Toby, Jack Saul, we knew we had to be in there and kind of clog it up just a little bit to make it a lot easier on the guards out there on the wing.
For both of you guys, I know you've played some big games in New York and in other places, but going to Madison Square Garden, is that still a cool, special experience or old hat now? How do you look at it?
Absolutely. Being able to play in a gym that has so much history behind it, in a team like West Virginia, you know, your adrenaline's going to be pumping, and you know it's just going to be a great experience for us to, you know, play away and you know, play a very good team.
You know, with such a historical place like that, you know, it's always special to go in there and be able to play where the greats have played. You know, people like Michael Jordan, you know, Magic Johnson, all those guys, they've played there, and it's something that it's a part of history that we get to be a part of. You know, we played there before, and we haven't got a win there. So I think going back into this game, we're really hungry. You know, not only just to win at Madison Square Garden, but to continue to get better and be the best UVA team we can be.
Obviously, with a lot of depth, guys' minutes can go up and down depending on which game it is. Evan gave you a pretty big lift today, had a bucket, I think when it was a 6-point, the and one play. Can you just talk about his contribution today?
You know, Evan's great. You know, he always shows up to practice and never complains, you know, never complains about minutes or anything like that. He's just always ready. And that showed today. You know, every year when we go into the tournament, you know, Evan's always somehow contributing to that, you know, contributing to the run that we have. And that speaks volume to who he is, you know, not always looking for the fame or everything like that. He's just ready to help the team out whenever his number's called, and he did that tonight.
Doug.
Anthony, you guys have become experts on appendectomies the last 2 years. What would you say about London's progress to this point?
You know, I think he's coming along well. You know, I think you guys saw him today in warm-ups, and he looked good. You know, and that injury is just dependent on the player. You know, I think it's just a coincidence that it happened 2 years in a row for us, and hopefully it won't happen again next year. But I think London, he's going to be fine, and he's going to be back as soon as he's ready.